Hello, hi, and welcome to this episode of the Mandy Meyer Podcast. As per usual, this is the podcast where we chat all about your health, all about you getting fitter, you getting stronger, you creating a healthier lifestyle, and just enjoying the living shit out of it. Being willing and open to acknowledging every single little victory that you have and actually identifying how amazing you start feeling when you make those changes, not only physically, but mentally as well, because you're proving to yourself that you are indeed capable of making the changes that make you feel amazing, that make you feel on top of the world. Welcome to this episode. Let's get straight into it. Now, something I hear on a very regular basis is, Mandy, it's not working. And what I mean by that is many people will say, Mandy, I'm trying to lose weight, but it's not working. And I'll be like, okay, why is it not working? And a lot of people will say, no one's complimented me. No one said, oh, you've lost weight. Or no one can even see that there's changes taking place within my or your body composition. And my immediate thought is, just because someone else isn't saying anything doesn't mean, number one, that they're not noticing it, and that number two, there is no change taking place. A lot of people, right, I want you to hear me out here. So when I was on my fat loss expedition, you need to keep in mind that I was trying for several years leading up to my successful attempt. So within those years, right, I would always tell everyone, oh, I'm going on a diet. And then I would go on like this stupid cabbage soup diet or a very restrictive diet. And we all know how that goes. It doesn't work, right? So then for like a couple of months, I'm on no diet. And then all of a sudden I decide, okay, I'm going to do this again. And I broadcast it to the whole world. And you know, when my successful attempt came around and it actually stuck, I hadn't told anyone at that stage because I was like, you know what, I'm tired of telling people. I'm tired of, for the lack of better words, failing, right? And I'm just tired of making it public and people looking at me and saying, oh no, she's on diet again or whatever it is. And, you know, no one commented on my weight loss, like absolutely no one, because number one, no one knew that I was doing it. But number two, and this is very, very, very important. Number two, people knew what a sensitive topic it was for me because I had tried for several years and every time, again, for the lack of better words, it failed. Right. And again, that for me was a big thing because people saw that and they realized, those close to me realized how sensitive of a topic my weight was and how sensitive of a topic the lack of weight loss for me was and how sensitive of a topic the continuous feeling of failing was for me. So when it eventually stuck, I'll be honest with you, no one brought it up. No one brought up my weight. It was a conversation we never ever spoke about, myself, my friends, my close family. No one. We didn't speak about it because they knew how sensitive of a topic it was. And I'm getting somewhere with this. But before I get to the actual point, I remember one day, and my mom can vouch for this, we were sitting around the kitchen or the dining room table and we were having lunch. And this was when I was still very, very overweight. And I got up to dish up more food and I dished up a lot of the potato bake. And immediately my mom said to me, she's like, do you really think you need more of that? Oh my goodness, did I lose my shit, right? Like, I think my mom and I have never ever had a fight. And that was the one day where I just lost my shit. And when I lose my shit, I just go quiet. I go quiet and you won't hear from me. Anyway, so we digress. In that moment, my mom knew that, okay, this is a sensitive topic. We're never going to bring it up again, you know. And I remember the day where my mom actually brought it up with me when I was on my successful attempt. I was in Australia and I was busy doing travel shows in Australia. And one of the ladies that I was working with at that time, she posted a photo onto Facebook and she tagged me in the photo. And obviously my mom and myself are friends on Facebook. And my mom saw this photo. And she messaged me, not on Facebook, on my phone, and she messaged me and she said, I just saw the photo of you on Facebook. All I want to say is you're looking really good. So she didn't say, oh, you've lost weight or anything like that. The words were, you're looking good, you're looking radiant, you look like you're having a good time over there. Give me a call when you got a moment. And I remember coming home from that travel show And I read the message, obviously a big time difference, and I made a point of calling her when we were on sort of, the same time. And I was like, okay, cool, let me call her. And we discussed it, and she said to me, she could see that I was losing weight. She could see it. She could absolutely see it. But she knew that it was such a sensitive topic and she didn't want to bring it up. So again, if someone doesn't come up to you and say to you, oh my goodness, Sally, Sue, Peter, John, Paul, whatever your name is, I see you've lost weight, don't be offended by it. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is not working. It doesn't mean that people don't or can't notice it. What's most likely happening is people are noticing it. People are seeing it. People can see the change, but they might not know how to, what would I say? They might not know how to approach that topic of conversation with you because maybe it is quite a sensitive topic of conversation. So whatever you do, don't let the lack of compliments of your weight loss or on your weight loss be the reason that you stop. Okay, remember why you're doing this. You're doing this for you. You're not doing it for outsiders. And just because someone doesn't pay you a compliment on weight loss doesn't mean that you are not making changes. We need to remember we live in a world that at the moment, weight is a very sensitive topic. It's quite a private journey. And a lot of people have been, there's this big messaging online where we shouldn't bring up people's weight, right? So again, if someone doesn't compliment you, maybe they feel in that moment that they're doing the best thing because, like I said, there's just so much messaging around. Don't compliment someone on their weight loss. Rather say you're looking great or you're looking radiant or it looks like you've got more energy or just something like that. And that is potentially why people are not commenting on your weight loss. So again, like I said, they can most likely see it. And I'll be very honest with you guys. I'm someone that also steers away from mentioning people's weight and saying, oh, I can see you've lost weight. If I know a friend or someone close to me is putting work in with making healthy habit changes and creating a healthier lifestyle, I'll always say to them, oh, well done on going for that walk. Or, wow, you look like you've got so much more energy. Or, just something in the line that doesn't involve body composition. And you know why? Obviously, for me, it always has been a very sensitive topic. And I don't believe that we should be commenting on other people's bodies. Okay. Now, again, that's my personal opinion. And you can do whatever you want at the end of the day, but please don't take it to heart if someone doesn't compliment you about noticeable weight loss, because like I said, they most likely are noticing it. And the reason as well why I will not actually go up to someone and say, oh, I can see you've lost weight, well done, because you never know if there is, I want to say, an underlying reason for the weight loss. Maybe someone isn't even trying to lose weight. Right? So again, that's another factor that we need to take into consideration. I'll use an example. When my mom was diagnosed with cancer, she had to go through loads of radiation. She also had to go on to chemo. She was quite ill. She couldn't eat, obviously feeling nauseous the whole time. And that all led to a lot of weight loss along with having the cancer. And as a family, we actually kept it quite private, like close family and friends knew about it, but it's not something that we went and announced to absolutely everyone, purely because when you announce something to the world, you get 50 million messages of unsolicited advice, and we didn't want that as a family. And you know what? We had so many people, or my mom had so many people, obviously my mom and I discussed this, my mom had so many people coming up to her and saying to her, oh, you look amazing, you've lost so much weight. And I'm like, and I was just like, obviously they didn't know what was going on in the background. She was sick. This is why she's losing weight. But for people to, always think that weight loss is this amazing thing, I don't even know how to explain it. And that is also why I will never compliment on someone's weight loss, right? Or the change in their body composition, because you don't know why it's taking place. Like for myself, for example, when my mom was sick, I was extremely stressed. And when I get stressed, I don't eat. I don't have an appetite. And I think at that stage, I dropped probably about 3 or 4 kilograms, maybe a little bit more. And I had so many people sliding into my DMs and they're like, oh, you're looking a lot skinnier on your videos. Well done for losing more weight. And in my mind, I'm like, I wish I hadn't, or I wish I wasn't losing that weight, because it's not my goal. And deep down inside, I knew that I was going through so much stress, and the weight loss was unhealthy, if you want to put it in that manner. And it's the same as my mom. Her weight loss was stemming from being sick, okay? And that's what I always try and tell people is weight loss doesn't always necessarily mean, oh, well done, you've lost weight, congratulations. No, okay? And that is the messaging that is being portrayed online. And I think, again, in my opinion, it's a very good message to be sent out there, because we can't just go around left, right, and center telling everyone, oh, you've lost weight, you look amazing. Because number one, you don't know if weight loss is their goal. Number two, you don't know what the underlying conditions are. And that is why I would always say, that's why people aren't commenting on weight, because it's such a complex thing. And you can't just go up to someone and say, oh, you've lost weight, you look amazing. I mean, people still do it, but again, if you haven't got compliments on your weight loss, or if someone hasn't noticed it, again, they probably have noticed it. They've probably seen the hard work that you're putting in. But because it's such a sensitive topic, and because there's messaging, even myself, that sends out the messaging of don't just go up to random people, or anyone for that matter, and comment on their weight loss. That is why people are not doing it. So again, don't let that be the reason why you don't continue pushing forward. You're doing this for you. You're not doing this for other people. You continue measuring your progress in all areas, and eventually someone will come up to you and say, you know what, you look amazing, or your energy is just like radiating, or your skin looks so much better. What are you doing, right? So again, like I said, there's so many ways to pay people compliments, and just because Sally from the printer, why are you bringing up Sally from the printer again, Mandy? Just because Sally from the printer isn't paying you compliments every single day, it doesn't mean that there isn't change taking place. Always remember that. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you guys like I usually do. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and keep being kind to one another. Much love, your friend who is not Sally from the printer, Mandy.